All right, welcome back to the Meet Us in the Ring podcast. We're back. Oh,
And we're
did you
sick
hear
as
that in my
hell.
throat?
I didn't. No.
Yeah, we're back. We're still sick. Love this for us. We're on opposite coasts, so like I don't know how we did this, but your girls are both still sick. I've been sick for like almost a week and a half now, and I'm so over it.
Yeah. Oh, Cap is here. I want to give a quick shout out to Cap. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Cap.
Yes. Happy birthday, Cap.
What's
Love
up,
you so
Trey?
much.
Thank you guys for being here and for letting us have a week off.
Yeah. And I thought that coming back we'd be better, but we still sound like frogs. So
No, girl, mine was so bad. Literally, like I sounded like a demon frog. Like it was so bad, and we won't even get into it. But so welcome back, guys. Today we're gonna be talking about SummerSlam since that happened last week. I wish we could have done it the day after, but we were not feeling it. Maddie, like okay. 1 to 10, how are you feeling right now?
That's the thing. Like yesterday I was like, okay, I feel pretty good. And then I woke up today and I had this horrific cough that was just like horrible. So right now I feel like I'm at a 6.
Oh, okay.
But like, yeah, it's like painful cough too. So if I have that attack, I will mute so you guys don't have to hear it. Don't worry.
I'm sure someone has kink with that. Oh, and we have a special guest here today, guys, and he just joined us. Everyone say hey to Malik.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm a little late, so.
You're fashionably late. It's okay. We have one healthy.
Did you guys already start talking about anything, or just like?
No, we're just talking about how we feel like shit. So we're just glad that we have a healthy person on the show today.
You guys still sick?
We are, yeah.
Yep.
You guys COVID or something?
I did. I don't know about Maddie.
I might. We were talking about that before we went live. I might have to test because I don't know.
Yeah, you might have to get a test at one of the stores or something.
Yeah,
I got it from children, so
I'm pretty sure I got sick. Because...
Are you working at the hospital?
No, I do childcare, so I'm around a bunch of little kids.
My mom works at a UC hospital, so Children's is right across the street from it. So I used to go there a lot when I was a kid. So you definitely will get sick from there.
I bet. I was wearing wet clothes for a long because I got caught in the rain, so I was wearing wet clothes for several hours, and that could have been it.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, because I guess you can get sick from that. I don't know.
Yeah, you can get sick from anything, you guys, but it doesn't matter because we're here, we're back, and we're
Malik. How are you? Yeah. Well, you haven't been on here in so long. Well, welcome back to the Meet Us in the Ring podcast.
Original OG of the pod. Huh?
Yeah,
that's true. It's true.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I was. It's been over a year for sure, at least.
Yeah, crazy.
I don't remember the last episode I even did, so it was a while ago. So I had to go back. You got all the episodes on YouTube, so I have to go back and find it. So, but I've been okay, man. Hope you guys feel better. I mean, you guys been sick for a while. So.
Yeah, about a week.
Are you guys taking anything, like any meds or anything, or?
Oh yeah, we're
It's been Dayquil, NyQuil, Theraflu because Maddie gave me the idea to get Theraflu. Emergency. Like
I'm very good at recovering from like sicknesses. I had COVID 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. My symptoms were mild though. I didn't have any bad symptoms.
Really?
Okay.
I just had like runny nose. My nose is the main thing. Like, my nose would not stop running like constantly, and I had bad headache. But after like 2 days, I was fine. Like it was
lucky.
I got it at WrestleMania, and then I came back from WrestleMania. And it was bad for a little bit, but then after like 2 days, I was fine. Anytime I get a cold, I mean, it lasts for maybe like a day or two, and then it's just
you're
fine.
So lucky. My colds last like I'm not kidding, like 2 weeks.
Same.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
2 weeks is crazy. I think I would go to the hospital. I think I'm dying or something. Like,
yeah, maybe we should.
You know, when you can't afford to go, you make it work anyway.
Yeah.
Get that insurance, man. Insurance is expensive too, though. So
yeah,
especially in California. Yeah.
Anyway, we're here to talk about SummerSlam. I know you went, Malik.
I did.
So, and I saw all your pictures. I saw you repping the Bayley shirt. For some reason, I don't know if I'm crazy, but I feel like yours looks different than mine. Like the colors, I don't know. But
he's like, where?
I have to find it somewhere. Maybe it should be the same. It looks.
Yeah, I don't know if they're like tie-dye differently, but anyway. So, how was your experience at SummerSlam?
Yeah.
SummerSlam was great, man. So good. It was so fun. WrestleCon, went to WrestleCon.
Okay.
Met up with some people. Some content creators was there. Met a bunch of content creators. Met some wrestlers there. Linked up with a couple of wrestlers there too. So I was this close to meeting Omos. I was so close.
No.
Man, they messaged me back in time, bro. I couldn't figure out where he was at, bro. Couldn't figure out where he was at, but I was so close. But overall, I mean, it was good though. It was a good experience, fun show. I'm sure people at home watched it, liked it too. But I mean, being there in person was great though, so it was cool.
I bet.
Yeah,
that crowd was amazing.
Yeah.
That was like SummerSlam day was like the peak of my sickness. So I'm like watching this 4-hour show, just like dying.
Yeah.
So hanging on by a thread. Yeah. So
literally. And I can't believe that they started the show with Liv and Rhea. Like
crazy opener, yeah.
I was like,
they kind of
all right, we're in this.
Kind of somebody that I know had told us what the card was, so we kind of knew the order of what it was going to be like. So we knew what the order was going to be like. So I liked that they opened the show with that though. I thought it was a little bit different, not knowing what to expect. I mean, I guess we kind of all had an idea of how we thought, or at least what we felt had happened during the show. So the cool part about it, most of us wanted the Liv and Dom stuff to happen, but we didn't know for sure. And we didn't know because we had to watch on like the big cam and stuff, so we didn't know people's like what they had saw. So like the slid into the chair stuff, we couldn't hear the commentating stuff, so we didn't know what they were saying. So we didn't know if that was like an actual turn or not. We didn't know. It was like that could be an accident. We didn't know. But then when they showed Dom on the top of the hard cam, when he kind of was smirking at the end, crowd was going like, "Oh my!" Like it was they were going crazy. And then when he kissed her, that was insane. That was insane. So that was
when I saw that smirk, I knew.
Yeah. So we didn't know until we saw the smirk, because we didn't hear the commentating on the chair, like the slip, because we thought maybe like it was an accident or something. We didn't know, so I didn't, and I still haven't gone back and watched it, so I still don't even know what they said like during that. So I didn't know if you guys.
Corey was dumb. He was saying stuff like I don't know. He was trying to make it seem like Dom wasn't turning. I don't know. He was like, "Oh, it's just like with Becky at whatever it was."
So did you guys know when he did the chair that he turned at the time, or until he did the smirk?
Because when they did the thing of Dom grabbed, he's like, "Oh, you can't win your title like this, Rhea." I was like, "Oh, okay." I thought that was it. And then, of course, he said that's Rhea. Like, you can't win the championship with this. You'll get disqualified. But then when I saw him slide that chair and run to the side, I was like, holy fuck. That's when it, and then the kiss, like, I lost my mind.
Yeah, we didn't know what the chair, we didn't know for sure until he did the smirk. Like, because they showed it on the big screen, and that's when we're like, oh, shit. Like, that's happening right now, bro. So that was crazy. That was probably like, besides the Roman Reigns comeback, but that was like my favorite thing of the night for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Liv Morgan's won me over. I can't even lie, man.
Yes.
Her character work has been really good. She's interesting. It's the most interesting I think she's ever been, at least for me. I mean, her matches are still okay at best, but it was more so what was missing for her was her she had no connection with me. Like her character, like what is she? Like who is she supposed to be? Like I don't connect with her character. Like she's just kind of there. And then a lot of people felt like she could be this, or were trying to put her on like the Bianca Charlotte pedestal. But I'm like, she hasn't shown anything for me to be there, bro. Like she's not interesting. So the whole character work, I love the character switch, and I like they're really paying attention to the story details within this, because like Rhea's really the bad guy, but she's the one who's beloved because the fans obviously like her more, and Liv is doing everything that she said she was going to do. I think it's the best storyline they got going on Raw right now. It's a really good story.
I would love to see just like, how they made that YouTube video of the whole Bloodline story.
Yeah,
I want the whole thing for Liv and Rhea, like them being tag team partners, and then did they?
Yeah, I think they did.
Did they?
I'm gonna have to go watch that if they did.
Yeah, I think so.
They're gonna do it when it's over though, because it's still ongoing. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
And now there's a bunch of layers to it too. The Judgment Day is no longer in Damien. It's so many layers to it now. They're making it more interesting. So I like how they, were a tag team at one point, and then Rhea turned on Liv. Rhea leveled up, where kind of Liv stayed the same. And then, a lot of people forget. I mean, even though Liv, when she had broke Rhea's arm, but I mean, Rhea did kind of tell Liv to kind of step away from her. Like, you need to chill out, bro. Like, you're in my business. You know what I mean? You gotta stay out of my business. And Liv didn't want to, so then she hurt herself. Then Liv hurt Rhea, which was an accident, but I mean, it actually happened. So that plays to the story. She takes the world title, then she takes Dom. So I mean, there's so many layers to this, man. They're making it really good. So
I want to know, Malik, what you think about what we like, because Mary and I have talked about this a lot. We want to see this happen where obviously they go again at Bad Blood. Rhea gets the title back then. But how do you, because we want to see Liv win the Rumble and then have them finally end it at WrestleMania with Liv winning. Do you see that happening, or how do you feel about that?
I don't think Rhea should beat Liv at all. Honestly, I don't think it should. I feel like, because personally, storytelling wise, in a perfect world, I think it should be Raquel, because she's part of it too.
Wow.
In that aspect. But with her, like, she got that skin condition thing going on, so I don't know like what her condition is and if she's able to come back or not. But I mean, if Rhea were to win that Bad Blood, I could see it happening because she never lost the title. So granted, I can see that happening. I guess it would all just depend on how far they could stretch it out and how long can they keep the fans' interest. With the Bloodline storyline, it's really hard to do something consistently that way and keep a lot of fans interested, especially in this era when it comes to long-term storytelling, because so many people get so disinterested in so many things. They want this, and then when they get it, they're tired of it already, and they want something different already. So it's very hard to keep people intrigued. I'm not saying they couldn't do it, but I feel like, and it really honestly goes to the test of the women's division, man. Like, it's very lackluster on that main roster. Like, you got Liv and Rhea on Raw, and then everybody else is kind of just shuffling around. I mean, Selena Vega's been doing great, but she's not main event. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, like, I feel like they need to have layers within the story to add other people to it. So I guess it would just depend on how far they could really stretch it out. I mean, Liv winning the Rumble, I mean, wouldn't be terrible. I guess it would just depend on who would be in it. You know what I mean? Like, who else is in it? I guess leaning towards Rumble, we'll have to see, because we usually kind of have, once Rumble comes around, you kind of have ideas of like who's favorite to win. Like Bayley this year, Cody and Punk was like 50-50. So like, it's got to be one of those two. So I guess it would have to be the feeling. Like, what's the feeling like at that time? So
that's fair.
If they wanted to run it back at Mania, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed if they wanted to end it there. Like, this is going to be the ending of it. You know what I mean? If they wanted to do it, because Triple H likes to do the big four as special things. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, I wouldn't be against it at this stage. Honestly, I don't know if they would do it, but it honestly would depend on how far they can stretch it out and how much they can intrigue us to be interested in it. Because I don't know how far they can really stretch it out. I mean, Bad Blood was kind of the idea where I kind of saw it ending. Maybe Survivor Series at the best, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Maddie.
I mean, I want to see at the very end of it, I want to see Liv come out of this feud on top. I feel like that would be the best thing, in my opinion. For her as a wrestler, her character, I don't think this is a feud that Rhea needs to win, because she is so over with the fans. Yeah. I could see them doing a thing where, I mean, no, Cap. I don't want to see Rhea win the Rumble again. That's so, no. We're too early for that. And because we brought this up, because Liv has been runner-up at the Rumble so many times, and where we stand, at least right now, there's nobody better to win the Royal Rumble than her. I mean, she is still champion, so technically it doesn't make sense to say that. But if she were to lose the title at Bad Blood, if she even goes against Rhea, then I'd say I think she should win the Rumble. She's been runner-up so many times. She's in the best story. We'll have to see when we get to Rumble season, but I want to see Liv to making it to Mania as champion. That'd be cool. I don't think they're going to do that. I would like to see her have that big Mania win, though, if she loses the title before then.
Yeah, I think she deserves that Mania moment, because I feel like we've been clawing our way there, and like we're finally right there.
Yeah,
we're so
really going to the way I feel about Liv Morgan in this feud is the way I felt about Damien Priest as champion. Like, this is going to really make or break her, like, as a main event star. If this don't succeed, then It's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? So, and with Damien, obviously, it's working because now he's getting bigger reactions than ever, which is crazy. So, I guess it would just determine too. And even if they wanted to, like if Becky Lynch would have come back, they could add her into it too. Maybe a triple threat at WrestleMania, Liv, Becky, and
no, we don't need that. We don't need that.
I'm not saying Becky has to win, but I mean, Becky took the title after Rhea got hurt, and then Liv took it from Becky.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that could add a lot of aspects into it. And then Becky still has to prove that she can beat Rhea because she didn't at WrestleMania. So there could be some angles and some stories into it. And if they didn't want Rhea to get pinned, I mean, there's aspects they could add to it, you know, to make it different too. So, and that could really help solidify Liv too. I mean, if she beat Rhea and Becky on the same night, I mean,
okay, yeah, I see what you're cooking.
You can't really deny much at that point. You know what I mean? Like if she be in those, I guess you could say her two biggest rivals of this year. You know what I mean? So even though Becky was short term, but the idea was, you know, for Liv to get that big win, which she ended up getting, and then to get her to where she's at now. So, excuse me.
That would be so big for Liv if she got a win over Rhea and Becky. But we'll move on. We'll move into Sami Zayn versus Bron Breakker. I don't know about y'all, but this was my least the match that I was least excited for.
I'm actually shocked you're saying that, considering Punk is on this card and you do not like it.
Yes, but I was excited.
A really good match.
Yeah, I was excited to see their match and see Seth as the special ref. So
okay,
this one probably was. I guess this was probably like the least best match of the show.
I mean,
it was still a solid good match though.
Yeah,
as long as Bron Breakker won, that's all I cared about. I didn't care about nothing else.
Bron Breakker is our new IC champ. How do you guys feel about it?
I'm excited. I'm happy. I think
y'all should have heard the reactions. Bron Breakker, like so many people barking in the crowd. Like,
I did hear. I could hear that.
Like,
that was cool.
Bron Breakker is getting over, man. Like it was. There were a lot of people, little kid, like barking in the crowd, like.
Oh.
Especially when he won too, man. Like it was a pretty positive reaction. That's all I honestly cared about was him winning, because I was like, bro, if he loses Sami Zayn again, I'm gonna be tight about that. So
yeah, that would just not be good. That would kill his momentum. I think I said that like 2 weeks ago too. So.
I mean, Sami had a nice little run with the championship. Obviously, Bron Breakker, I've been a fan of his since NXT 2.0 though, so I knew instantly that he was going to be somebody big. I mean, when they first revamped it to 2.0, the first guy they were making a big star was Bron Breakker, and then he won the NXT title like a couple of months. He's won the Intercontinental Championship, being on the roster a couple of months, so he's obviously going to be a next big main event star for a while. So I think that was the main thing. A lot of people were just hoping like just to have the right winner of this match. Like as long as Bron Breakker wins, that's really all that matters. I think that was just the most satisfaction for most people.
Yeah, to me it's just crazy how fast he got a championship, considering like everything with LA Knight and how long it took him to get the US title. Like Bron is just being skyrocketed to the moon right now.
Yeah,
I think they know who they like though, you know. At least Triple H, like he knows who he likes and knows who he sees potential in. And he's so young too, so
yeah.
Do you guys think he's gonna have like a Gunther type of reign, or do you think it's gonna be kind of like just I don't know, like middle of the road?
I think he could be a more dominant champion than Gunther for sure. Because as far as
Gunther was pretty dominant.
Gunther was pretty dominant, but Bron Breakker has something that not many people can match on the roster, and that's intensity. Like his intensity is crazy. Like his spear, everything he does, he makes it feel real. You know what I mean? Even though like I'm sure it's all safe and stuff, but like when he spears people, when he does things, it feels like he's hurt it, like he's really destroying people. Like his intensity is, and that's something you honestly can't teach people, to be really intense like that. So from an intensity aspect, I think he could be a more dominant champion. I don't think he'll be champion as long as Gunther. I mean, Gunther was
no, definitely not. I was gonna say I don't think he'll be the champion.
Maybe till Mania. You know what I'm saying? Maybe till Mania at the most. I definitely think he's probably gonna smoke a lot of the division until he matches up with somebody that they really want to put on that level where it's gonna be a big challenge for him. I'm kind of hoping it's Ilya low key, but
same.
But then that's just kind of running back their NXT stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know. I want something different.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I see that. Yeah, I think they're probably gonna sprinkle some little bit of the NXT stuff on the roster, because some of these guys that they brought up, I mean, are gonna have to be used for the future. You know, so
I mean, Ilya he's obviously
Gunther,
getting a title shot.
If not Ilya, honestly, no, it's gonna be Sheamus. That's what's gonna be.
Oh yeah, they are gonna run that back.
Sheamus been chasing the IC title that he hasn't won, and we're talking about intensity. I mean, Sheamus in the ring. Oh my gosh, that match is gonna be physical. So I mean,
amazing. Yeah.
And Braun Breaker may hit hard, but Sheamus is gonna hit harder. So
I want Sheamus to get the IC title. I want that moment for him.
I think he might. Maybe at WrestleMania.
Sheamus and Braun. I think that might be the plan. It's gonna be Sheamus. I'm saying Sheamus.
Yeah, I feel confident in that now. Yeah,
it's gonna be Sheamus. If not Sheamus, I don't know who.
I think this was a pretty solid match overall. Like, it was just not one that we were all super like hyped for. But we were hyped for Braun winning. That's for sure. I think most of us were. So,
thank God they changed his theme. I mean, even though his theme was better, but the theme he has now, I'll take it. It's
not bad.
The theme he had before,
oh my God, it was hard. I think I even remember texting Mary about that and being like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say WrestleMania. I think
WrestleMania. Yeah, I think so. I think that would be a good first run for him too, just with a title in general.
Yeah, I'll say WrestleMania. It'll be solid.
Well, another title change: LA Knight versus Logan Paul.
Yeah, I know. Mary and I were hype about.
Besides Roman comeback, biggest pop of the night for sure.
Yes,
for when he hit that 1, 2, 3, man, biggest pop of the night. And this was another one too. Like, SummerSlam was going to be really hard to fumble because all they had to do was just make the right decisions. Like, there was just the right winners. You know what I mean? So all they had to do was make the right decisions. And this was one of them. This was a good match too. People were really into, especially towards like the end. You know, when it was kind of getting towards the end and stuff. Very, very good match. And the correct winner. I mean, LA Knight. They've been building him up for over a year now. So it was kind of like a lot of people kind of felt like it's probably his last big chance. You know what I mean? Like, to really kind of strike while it's hot. So definitely biggest pop of the night. Besides the ending, for sure, biggest pop of the night. It was crazy when he won, man. The crowd was going. Yeah, it was pretty big.
I was so happy. I mean, finally, that horrible, awful reign is over. We can celebrate. We have a champion. That's great. Yeah, I mean, you're walking into the Lions Den Malik here with some Logan Paul haters, but
man. I mean, I'll be clear. I like Logan Paul in WWE. I don't really follow a lot of his stuff outside of WWE. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I never followed him on YouTube, and like, I knew who the Paul brothers were, but I wasn't like watching them. Like, some people were really into that. I wasn't like really watching them consistently, but I obviously knew who they were. So I just like him in WWE because I never expected him to just be. It's crazy how good he is. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just crazy.
Yes,
like, the shit that he does. He did it when he did a freaking springboard backflip. I never seen that before. Like, how do you even do shit like that, bro? Like, his athleticism is crazy. So I think more so it just surprises me how good he was. Like, I was there for his first 2 matches, WrestleMania and The Miz. And I was like, when he frog splashed Miz, I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. But the match against Roman is what really kind of put me over the edge. I was like,
yeah, and Mary and I will talk about that. That was like one of my favorite Roman, if not my favorite Roman.
When I saw that match, I was like, Logan Paul is really good. This is crazy.
And even though we don't like him, we always give credit on this podcast where it's due. He's really great. I think I love his buckshot Larian. It's beautiful.
Very good, man. It was very good ending to the buckshot into the BF. Oh, that was great. That was beautiful.
I was just so finally that title is off him. It's on LA Knight. Are you on board the LA Knight train yet, Mary? Like, is it official yet?
I mean,
he's all right. He's cool. I'm not a big LA Knight person either. I'm not gonna lie. So he's all right.
I am. Yeah.
He was the correct winner though. He was the correct winner.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, when you get somebody that over, you got to be like, all right, we got to do something. I mean, he's getting ridiculous reactions. So.
And he's already got his first challenger. I mean, hello. It's just
it's Santos Escobar, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a good match. That'll be a good match.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if they'll put it on the Berlin show, but it's gonna be a good match.
I hope so.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention for this match is MGK being kind of
what? I was like, is that Machine Gun?
I was actually expecting him to do more, considering he's taken bumps in the past. Like, I don't know if you guys remember his big one with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
So like, I was expecting him to do more, and then he just like didn't.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, I mean, it was a little. I mean, he's from Cleveland though. It was the big pop, so I mean, he's from Cleveland too. So
it was the Cleveland the Cleveland pop. Yeah,
I get why they did it. You know,
but even Logan's hometown was booing him. I loved that. Like,
oh no, like 10%. There may have been up 10% of people who really wanted him to win. Like, it was fuck you, Logan fans all over the stadium. Like,
amen.
Especially after everything that happened on social media before, like a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
bro, you're not going. You in deep waters right now, bro. Like, so, but I mean, it was good for LA Knight. Like, it was like perfect heel versus perfect baby face. You know what I mean, like, it's kind of rare you get those because usually heels are like more beloved, but it's like perfect baby face in LA Knight that the audience wants. Perfect heel and Logan Paul the fans don't want. So it was a great match though. Very good match though. I really enjoyed that match.
It was good, yeah. And I like the way it was built up. It was fun and fun little, you know, like LA Knight breaking into his house was hilarious. Being in the pool, I thought that was funny. It was just such a feel good moment, and I'm really happy for LA Knight. I think he deserves it.
Really good moment, man.
Yeah.
He's been working hard for a long time, man.
And now Logan can stay far away for a very long time. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't know when he's coming back, so
we don't care. Bye.
All right. Well, I don't remember if this match was first or the Bayley versus Nia, but we're just gonna
Bayley
go
versus Nia was first, but yeah, this was good though.
Okay, well,
it's fine. Yeah.
So Damien Priest versus Gunther. We had a lot of title changes on this card, and I was really surprised.
I try to tell people, bro, I ain't never been against Gunther in a title match ever.
Yeah, I mean,
in a title match, bro. Did you guys little fun fact? Did you guys? Gunther's been in WWE since 2019, so I don't know if you guys watch NXT UK or NXT at the time, but Gunther has been champion 76% of his time in WWE.
That is crazy.
And he has a 93 win percentage.
Wow,
that's iconic.
It is crazy that
all under Triple H, by the way, too. This is a Triple H guy. Full, like, I'm trying to tell people this, you know, because Vince had his guys. He had Brock, he had Roman, Cena, like all his guys. This is a Triple H guy. If you go back to NXT UK, this has been a Triple H guy before Gunther even had lost the weight and everything, bro. This has been somebody that Triple H always looked at as a guy he wants to make a main event guy. NXT UK champion, he was champion for 870 days. And then he won the IC title 666 days. Now he's the world. He holding that bitch to Mania. I hope y'all know that.
Absolutely.
Maybe even to SummerSlam. He might hold it for a year because Gunther's track record, he don't lose titles, you know, in a short amount of time. King of the Ring, like.
Okay, but let's also be real. He lost the IC title to Sami Zayn. So like
he did, but that was after how many days he had it though?
Like 600, yeah.
He had it for a long time. Yeah. So all the titles he's lost, he's held it for at least a year and a half or 2 years.
Oh my god,
that's insane. I mean,
it's crazy, like how he lost the IC title, like not what feels like not that long ago, and now he's already gotten
literally a few months ago.
He lost the IC title, and then I think the next night he was like, "I'm winning King of the Ring."
Yeah, he sure did.
Yep.
What
he
a
sure did.
Taking the King of the Ring, and then I'm going to become the world champion. So
he said what he said.
I mean, going into this match, there was a little chance that I honestly thought they might have Damien Priest still win. Yeah, I didn't think he'd be champion this far. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was losing to McIntyre at Black to the Castle. So, Damien Priest they have solidified as a main event guy too, because I really wasn't too big on his championship win and his run, but it was very good for what it was.
Yeah.
His reactions are I mean, he's going to be one of the top baby faces on Raw now.
Yes.
So, but I didn't know. I honestly really didn't know how this was going to go. I picked Gunther, but I was like, it could really go either way for me. But the Finn Balor turn.
Yep.
Gosh,
I mean, we have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Storytelling, man. Beautiful storytelling.
I love that shot of Damien watching the playback and being like realizing what happened. Like, oh my god, that was
so literally just got chills.
The fact what I really loved when Gunther had him in that submission and he powered out.
Yes,
he didn't even go after Gunther. He went right after Damien. He went right after Finn Balor. You know what I mean? Like he tried to go after that. So he took his eyes off the prize. You know what I mean? So that was a very good match too. Very, very, very good match. Gunther is he just has nothing but good matches, bro. I don't see how some people find him boring. I don't see it.
I don't understand how you can find him boring. He is incredible.
Great matches, bro. I mean, his matches are just they always deliver. So
it's just funny because on Raw, like when Randy came out and challenged Gunther for Bash at Berlin, like it's crazy that Randy makes Gunther look small. Like Randy is just such a stocky, large man. Yeah, but he even made Gunther look small, which is like.
We're about the same height, yeah. And Randy Orton's gained a lot of weight too since that back surgery too. So he's
oh yeah, for sure.
He said it right now. He's at his natural weight. When the first time he's like 270 or something. Man, he's yoked, bro. Like Randy Orton is. He's pretty jacked. So,
but I'm excited that that's gonna be at Bash at Berlin.
Absolutely,
it's gonna be good.
Oh gosh, it's gonna be incredible. That crowd too. Oh my gosh.
They're gonna go insane.
They will go crazy. But I'm really happy that this is like, because I've always been a Damien Priest fan, like since NXT. So the fact that now I think he had a good run. This was a good world title run. A lot of feel good moments. I'm just really happy for him. And now I think that he's solidified himself as a big star. Like, I hope they continue this treatment of him going forward. I think he's done a great job, and it's just been really nice to see. So I'm very happy as a Damien Priest fan.
Did you guys notice that he started talking in his accent again? Like his New York accent?
Yeah, a little bit. That is peeking through.
No, I haven't peeped that.
Yeah, on Raw, he was fully leaning into his
I haven't peeped that. No, I haven't been paying. Maybe I gotta go back and look at it. I haven't even paid attention to that.
He's going full New York, and I love it.
Love that. Maybe that's his
baby
face gimmick.
It's easy for fans to really gravitate towards Damien Priest because he's had a hard journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, for sure.
To get to where he's at. You know what I mean? Same with LA Knight. Hard journey. Like those guys are like in the early 40s. You know what I mean? But they weren't fortunate enough to make it when they were in their 20s. You know, they struggled a lot when they were in their 20s in the younger days, and then when they were in their 30s, they were able to get little breaks here and there. But you know, they weren't fortunate to make it like an Austin Theory or people like that, super young Bron Breakers. You know, who were very, very young to be able to come and say they had to. You know, they went through the grind, man. So it's easy to relate to somebody who comes from nothing, turn himself into something.
Yeah, for sure. And that it started like so much later in life, because I feel like a lot of people think that if you haven't establish yourself by the time you're 30, there's nothing left for you. And so seeing his journey is really cool. And knowing that, yes, he got his success and it just happened to be later on in life. Not everyone gets lucky right out the gate.
Yeah, patience is a hard thing too, man. You gotta also think too. I mean, guys like LA Knight, Damien Priest, probably wanted to give up, doubted themselves, will I ever make it? It's not happening right now. I'm still age is catching up. You know what I mean? Am I ever going to make it here? So it's a beautiful thing to see when you see those type of journeys. Everybody has different journeys, but when you see ones like that, they're just so relatable. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I want to address this really quick. Y'all think Cena beats Gunther? As the resident John Cena stan, Malik, how do you feel?
Yeah, putting you on the spot here a little bit.
No, bro. John Cena hasn't won a match in 6 years. No, he's not doing that. He can't beat Austin Theory. He's not beating Gunther.
God.
John Cena at this stage, honestly, too, doesn't need to win any more titles. I mean, next year's run. All that they need to do with his run next year is just give a little bit of nostalgia, but also try to help put others over in the same aspect. Give us the John Cena, Randy Orton, John Cena, CM Punk one last time, AJ Styles. But also, if he's going to face the Bron Breakers and Gunthers, okay, that's cool too. But, let's try to help build up those guys too, because next year going to be it. John Cena going to be going after next year. He ain't coming back, so.
Yeah, I remember at Money in the Bank, or like not at Money in the Bank, but watching Money in the Bank, I literally texted you right after John Cena announced his retirement, and I was like, you good?
How you feeling, dog? Go.
Broke my heart, man.
I know.
I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it.
You have a full calendar year.
Yeah, we still have a year, man.
In
full calendar year, but yeah, at this stage, he's not beating Gunther. Like, come on, man. Like I said, he couldn't even beat Austin. He couldn't even beat Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, Solo Sikoa, you guys. Come on.
I don't think John will beat Gunther.
He's not beating Gunther, and he got smoked by Solo too. So.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. I mean, I think if they want to do it, I think it'd be cool, but I mean, it's definitely not going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the match would be great. But
yeah, for sure.
I don't think he beat in. I mean, this ain't Super Cena no more. It's not Super Cena. If this is Super Cena, for sure. I mean, this was John Cena in 2011. Now, of course, barely losing back then. But
absolutely.
Cena right now, he's not that guy anymore, man.
Yeah. Well, we'll move on to Bayley versus Nia Jax. Obviously, I'm wearing my Bayley shirt, and I am so sad. I didn't want to believe it, but
I did predict Nia Jax and Malik. Bayley's your number one girl. How you feeling?
I didn't want to believe.
This was a sleeper match, man. Very good match.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. Yes.
Nia Jax was the right one of them, man. She's improved so much, man. She's really good now.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Nia Jax has come back, and I think won a lot of people over, man. She's progressed a lot, So this was a sleeper match too. I don't think people expected this match to be as good as it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't like what they did with Bayley's reign though as champion.
I was gonna ask you about that, yeah, because we've talked about that. I don't think
they gave her a good run as champion, man. They didn't make her feel as credible, and to give her the presentation she should have got as champion to make her feel and stand. I mean, she had good matches, but
for sure
she doesn't have Liv Morgan has the presentation. Bayley just had the better matches.
Yeah,
and could have better matches, but presentation is very important. So Liv Morgan can have decent matches, but she still has a great presentation because she's one of the most important keys on the show. I never felt like Bayley was one of the most important keys on SmackDown, so
she was left off the posters half the time. Sometimes they would forget to announce her matches coming up. And we were talking about how confusing it was considering her battle with Damage Control seemed like such an important story going into and coming out of WrestleMania.
Oh, don't get me started on that. They failed that group. Don't get me started on Damage.
we don't even Damage Flop, all that bullshit. But
they failed that group tremendously. I don't see how they failed that group.
But and the match at Mania was so good, and everyone was so happy when she became champion. So I don't think any of it's Bayley's fault whatsoever. I think she did the best she could with what she was given, and what she was given was very disappointing, and it sucks to see because she is one of their best female wrestlers there is. So I just don't understand how they could have dropped the ball so badly with her. It's weird.
Yeah, hopefully Nia have a better run, because Bayley's run wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be, especially her coming off that run with Damage Control, having putting so many other people over in that time frame. I don't know, man. Her booking last 2 years has been weird. I don't understand how they debut this group with her and Dakota and Io, and then they win that first tag match at Clash at the Castle, and then Dakota and Io are having some success, tag titles, but Bayley was losing to Bianca constantly, and then they lost all their big matches too, together, as a group. WrestleMania, they lost. They lost all their tag team matches together. So it's I don't understand the presentation, and especially if Dakota and Io are supposed to be following Bayley, who's the leader, who put this group together, but she's losing all her big matches. She was the only one in the group who could win a title. So how are the side quests winning championships, but you can't even win a title, bro? They didn't make Bayley feel like the leader. She kind of just felt like somebody else who was just there. So I don't know. Her run definitely didn't live up to the potential.
I'm wondering if Nia's going to have a very long reign, obviously with Miss Tiffy in the bank.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see when they spark that. I don't know if she'll have a long reign, but
I don't think so. I don't think it'll be long.
I'm big on Tiffany Stratton though, so she's up next for sure.
I already copped that pink briefcase. You
did it.
Oh, already bought it?
I pre-ordered that. I'm so ready for that pink briefcase. I'm gonna bring that to every live event I go to. I swear to God.
No, that definitely fits her so well. It's like a purse too. They made it like a purse.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I like that they added the strap so that you can carry it around easier. Because I loved what they did with Damien's when they did the purple briefcase. I thought it was so cool. So I'm glad that they're doing that with Tiffany. And whenever Tiffany ends up cashing in, I think she's going to be a dominant champion. And I mean, we know that Charlotte is coming back soon. Yeah. How soon, I don't know, but
she's been out for almost a year, I think.
I know, that's crazy.
It's been a long time. We have a lot of people who are coming back. Obviously, Alexa has been working in the ring. We don't know where anybody's going to go. Carmella's on her way back.
Yeah.
Raquel will come back eventually.
Hopefully, yeah.
Who else do we have out right now? Asuka still needs to make her return.
No, she is
Charlotte. We have Becky so many people.
If she ever comes back.
Becky.
Becky.
There's a lot of aspects. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there. So Charlotte's been out for a minute though, man. She's been out for a while. So
yeah, but
she definitely comes back soon.
She's been working on it. But I think her versus Tiffany Stratton is definitely in our future.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so
I love to see. I love to see they add Sol Ruka in there too, because Charlotte and Tiffany are the most athletic women on the roster right now.
Yes,
and Bianca too. So
and Bianca, yeah.
Put them in there. Oh my gosh, the athleticism is crazy.
Crazy.
Junior over here saying Shotzi, bro. Don't get me started.
Oh, Shotzi, I forgot about. Right.
Oh, yeah, Shotzi's out too. Yeah, they've had a lot of people. Corey Jade, a lot of people getting hurt with them knee injuries, man.
I know. Yeah. I think Dakota's injured again too.
Is she?
Again, yeah, I think so.
I'm still waiting for Nikita Lyons to come back.
She's the only one, boo. You're the only one.
Yeah, you might be the only one on that one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, but
a lot of people want her to come back for certain reasons.
Yeah,
right.
It's not the same reason as me. I actually like her, but as far as Bayley and Nia goes, I think Nia has definitely returned with a vengeance.
She's so good now. Yeah,
I love that she came out with that crown. Her ring gear was.
She looked great. She looked great.
With the crown, it just looks so good.
Match. It's a really good match. Yeah, I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah, it's really good to see Nia wrestling really well now. I'm really happy for her.
I think Bayley is a good opponent for her. I think
yes,
she has been.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So who do you guys think is going to be her first opponent though? Nia's.
Oh,
might be Bayley again.
Yeah. I think Bayley deserves a rematch. Yeah.
Is there anyone who's where's Berlin again? That's like
Germany.
Yeah.
So are there any German women on the roster? Because that would most likely be the person to get it.
I don't think so. Or maybe Chelsea Green. Trey says Chelsea maybe.
I don't think there's any German people on the roster. As far as women, I mean, the only German person I know is Ludwig Kaiser.
Right.
Everybody else, because Gunther's not German. He's from Austria. So
he
speaks German, but he's not German. So.
It's I don't know. I think it'll still be like a home show.
It is because he speaks their language. So I mean, he speaks German.
Okay.
Yeah, the people in Austria, they speak German. He's just not from Germany. He's from Austria. So
right.
Well, if they decide to run it back with Bayley, I'm fine with that. But I want to see what they're gonna do.
We know it'll be a good match.
Yeah, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, for sure. So next we have Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk with Seth Rollins as a special ref. And can I just say, Seth's sparkly pants.
Yes.
I cannot.
He looked so good. I think some people thought he was going to come out like half naked. And like,
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That would have been weird.
This probably was the most anticipated match for the crowd.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Like, man, people was waiting on this one, man. This was a great storytelling match. Even with like the gear and stuff, if you go back and look at SummerSlam 1997 between Bret Hart and Undertaker with Shawn Michaels as the referee.
Yeah.
Punk comes out in the Bret gear, Drew with the Taker gear, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that was a really nice touch.
With the Shawn Michaels type gear stuff. So great storytelling. They even had a spot in the match with the chair and stuff like that too. So like they did back in '97. So great storytelling match. Thought it was great all around. I mean, Drew winning was great, right decision. Now they extend it further. So now we get more of this feud. Seth Rollins is going to be gone for a while too because he definitely came back soon. Like it was soon when he came back. Like so, I've heard he's probably got to go away for a while to heal up. So which is the right thing to do, man. I mean, he came back so soon and did the stuff with Damien and stuff. But I mean, he needs to go away and heal up his body and stuff, man.
He does.
Spend time with his family. Do what you got to do.
See, but Leo really had me on board during our predictions that CM Punk was going to win. And now
I had Drew McIntyre.
I knew Drew was winning this, man. Yeah.
I had Drew McIntyre. I think Punk ultimately probably wins the feud, but this match, I think Drew had it to win to kind of boost his ego more and to kind of set CM Punk over the rails more too. So
I'm still sad AJ Lee didn't come out, but that is.
I think y'all hoping too much for that, man.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I'm forever gonna be wishing.
What did you guys think of Punk's performance?
It's great. He did great.
I thought he did pretty good.
He did great in the match.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll never say he's the best in the world, but
you're right.
He's not anymore.
No,
not anymore. I mean, yeah, he's not in this. He's still.
No, I mean,
he's not his peak, but he looked great, man. He looked great.
I thought he did good. Yeah,
he did really good in the match, man.
This was a great match. I feel like it was kind of slow at some points just because they were having Seth do all his, silly stuff and be kind of letting them do whatever they want, which I feel like this match should have been a no DQ anyway. But I think it's funnier that Seth just was tying his shoe or had his back turned or whatever.
Yeah, I think they're building up to the no DQ, maybe Hell in a Cell or something like later down the line.
Yeah,
or bad blood.
Maybe.
Yeah, so I thought it was pretty. It was a pretty good match, man. It was a pretty good match, man. RP Seth though, man. This man got Bronson Reed.
I know, that was correct.
This man got over in 4 minutes without even winning a match, bro.
He really did.
No, I'm like after I saw what that did, I was like, bro, Bronson Reed got my attention now.
For real.
Like it was enough with one tsunami, but 6, I was like, yeah, that's crazy. That was I did not expect that at all. Like that's how you honestly can just make somebody a star just in a little bit of a moment without even doing the most. You know what I mean? Like he did the simplest things, and after that, everybody talking about Bronson Reed. Now all they gotta do is do something with him. That's all they gotta do.
Yes.
Is do something with him. So
yeah, they need
I
to.
can't.
Seth was coughing up blood.
Like Bronson Reed, what's wrong with Bronson Reed?
But he's boring.
Oh,
he hasn't done much on TV though. Done much on
you gotta
TV,
give him a chance, Mary. You know, let them do something with him, and then maybe we'll see, right?
When you saw what he did to Seth, you thought that was boring?
Okay, it wasn't boring, but like eventually I was like, all right, can these refs like roll Seth out of the ring? I'm done.
Yeah, they just kept letting him get killed for a minute. Like, all right.
I know.
I'm like, what are we doing? No, but I mean, I understand they're trying to make him like this monster, but I can't believe it when he's a short king. I can't.
I mean, they just have to give him some credible wins. All he needs to do is have some credible wins, and then his stock will build up. You know what I mean? We talking about Shane. Maybe he's the one that beats Braun Breaker. I mean,
maybe
you know, that can help boost him up there too. So
because he's good in the ring.
I can't.
Yeah, and he's good in the ring, and he has. He may not have the full intensity fed, but I mean the believability of the size. I mean, my gosh, I mean,
it's
all there. You know what I mean? So, and that tsunami is, whew, can only imagine taking that move.
It's brutal. Right. It's brutal. As far as this match goes, do you guys think this was best match of the night?
No.
Best match of the night, I think was the other night, Logan Paul for me.
Yeah, okay. I kind of agree with that actually. Yeah.
Okay. I think this one is like the most memorable besides Liv and Rhea, just because it has so much story behind it.
Yeah, this is the best storytelling match.
This was the best storytelling match. With
the
details and everything. It was like I said, slow plays, but it all had story, aspects, So
absolutely.
Well, last but not least, the match that shouldn't have even been on the card.
Literally.
Rhodes versus
let's relax. Let's relax.
Solo Sikoa is not a main event caliber superstar.
Not the Solo disrespect. No, we're not doing that today.
Solo is garbage. Put my fries in the bag.
Okay, Malik, convince us, please.
What do you mean? I've talked about this so much. Solo Sikoa has done a very good job at doing his part. He's had 3 character changes. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do. You're not supposed to like it. Nobody said it was supposed to be likable, but he's had 3 character changes in a span of 2 years, right? NXT, Solo, Street Fighter, different than main roster. He comes up to the main roster, has to speak less and be more serious because he has to be the enforcer for the Bloodline because that's what they needed him to do, right? So you got to be the guy who is all about business, right? You got to protect Roman Reigns. So doesn't speak much he may have said 2 words in a year span, you know what I mean? But every time Roman Reigns had that big match and Solo Sikoa was there with that Samoan spike to make sure, Roman would win. Then, if y'all remember, Roman Reigns said Solo was next tribal chief. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
he did say
he
that.
said those words. Roman Reigns loses at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns isn't here anymore. And we didn't, from storyline perspective, nobody knew if Roman was coming back. And that was the story. Like, is Roman coming back? We don't know. So Solo was like, okay, well, I was told this was happening for me. I need to step up now because Cody got the championship and needs to come back to the Bloodline. So now I have to level up, right? So he creates his own new Bloodline, kicks out Jimmy, destroys Paul Heyman, brings in the Tongan brothers, brings in Jacob Fatu, right? Which is crazy. So he's got his own new Bloodline. And I'm all about storytelling. So I'm looking at the story details, and within the storytelling, I think he's done a very good job of doing his part because everything had made sense. Even in the promo, he said, I didn't want it to be like this, but Roman Reigns is not here. He's not here. So somebody has to step up and represent our family. If Roman's not going to come back and be here, well, I'm going to do it then. Nobody else is going to do it. So I'm going to do it. And he told me I was next tribal chief. So, and then him doing the copy and paste of what everything Roman did just made, to me, the fans want Roman to come back even more. Because you got to come back and get rid of this guy now. Like, okay, he's stealing your catchphrases. He's stealing your signature moves. He's stealing the one. He's trying to be you. You know what I mean? So you got to come back, and you can't just let him, do this and not say nothing at this point. You know what I mean? So
okay,
I think he's done a very good job at playing the parts that he's been doing.
Do you find him believable as a tribal chief, though?
Not right now.
Okay. Do you believe him as a leader? Because I don't.
Not at all.
No, not right now. And I don't think that the whole point of him wasn't, I think, us supposed to believe him as a leader. It was just supposed to build up for the Roman stuff even more. Look at the reactions Roman is getting right now. Who would have thought in 2024 we would cheer Roman Reigns as a good guy compared to who was 8 years ago when he was getting booed out of stadiums? You know what I mean? So Solo pretending to be like Roman, I think helped the fans want Roman to come back more, because it's like it was already easy enough to hate Solo, to try to say he was tribal chief, but now you're trying to be Roman Reigns now. Like, that's what you're trying to do. Okay, now it's like, all right, yeah, now you're doing too much. You know what I mean? Now you're doing too much. So, I've enjoyed what they've done with everything in the aspect. Pinning Cody Rhodes was something that I said was going to happen at Money in the Bank, because it was going to happen at SummerSlam. And then Roman, we were anticipating Roman was going to have that big comeback at SummerSlam. So I think they've done it very well. They've executed it very well. I love what they've done with Cody's run so far.
Me too. I think he's doing great.
Yeah, I love what they've done with the Bloodline, with Roman's return now, with this Bloodline. So we don't know where that's going to lead to, where that's going to go. So I thought they executed it very well. I think, unfortunately, with this match, people weren't really into it because they were just waiting for the Roman Reigns music to hit. So
also, Cody was carrying so hard. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here.
Solo did his part too. He did his part too. Okay. One thing that I kind of dragged me though, I don't know about that long ass entrance they gave Cody Rhodes though. Like, that was kind of like,
it was,
bro,
it was a little
way too long.
At least a lot of the fans in the crowd were kind of like, all right, we gotta hurry up. Like,
but now you know how we felt about Roman's entrances for all these years.
Yeah.
That's how we felt.
Coming out back from the truck, and then I don't know. It was kind of, maybe that was to drag it out further, like for them to drag it out further than when they needed to. So I get it. But I mean, I get why people don't like Solo. I understand it, but I'm just looking at it different aspects. I'm looking at the storytelling aspects, and everything they've done in the story has all made sense. It's all added up, and it's led to this. So, and we don't even know what's going to happen with the Roman and Solo stuff with Cody. I mean, is Roman going to go after Cody again eventually? Is Solo going to go after? I mean, there's a lot of different layers to this still. You know what I mean? So
Roman better stay away from that damn championship, because
we've had
Maddie, enough. We've had enough.
You know they're going to run it back. You know they're going to.
They got to run a trilogy. They got to run the trilogy.
Roman loses.
If they have the trilogy, it's by far the most unpredictable match they've had. I don't care what anybody says. I can't predict who wins that match.
If Roman wins back the title, I swear I will literally lose.
But as babyface, though, I mean, that could be a little bit different. He won't. He'll never go on the run that he. I don't see how he could possibly go on another run like that. Like,
no,
that is just.
I mean, didn't he want to retire? Wasn't he trying to go to Hollywood with his cousin? Like,
that's what the rumor said. He never said that.
There's absolutely no reason to give that man the title back. We have suffered enough.
Who's we?
I'm saying we've suffered enough.
I enjoyed everything about that run. I wish we could do it again. I'd go back and do it again all over again if I could. So
no.
Time machine.
I was on board for about 2.5 years, and then I was like, all right.
Hang it up.
The only worst year for me is when after he beat Cody. I felt like that year after he beat Cody last year was just so dragged out because we were just waiting for the rematch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they dragged it out for a year, but other than that, though, I mean, I loved everything they did about that run. I don't think, but even if he were to win it back as a babyface, he may have it for a year at best, but I just don't see how he could ever go on.
No, oh my god!
Watch they run it back at Mania.
Babyface Roman as champ. I don't know. That could work. That could be something different, man.
Without
the bloodline too. I mean, that's different.
No.
That's something different, man. So it'd be a different aspect. I mean, you'd rather be Roman or Solo though.
Roman.
Or to put it more interesting, would you have to be Roman, Solo, or The Rock? Because he's still a part of it too.
They cannot give The Rock the title.
He said when he comes back, he's coming after Cody. So
Rock will give Rock the title. Let's just be honest. As much as I love him,
he can give him the title if he wants. So final boss. I mean, I'm saying he's still a part of it too. So I mean, look, granted, the one thing I don't want to see happen is The Rock. I would take Solo Sikoa being champion over The Rock. I do not want to see that happen. So that's the last thing I want to see happen is The Rock win the championship. But I mean, eventually, I don't know what aspects they do for Mania. I mean, there's a lot of aspects they could do for WrestleMania because some people feel like it's going to be Rock versus Roman. But what if they do? What if they do? Like, if they have Rock versus Roman, right? And you do, because some people were saying John Cena and Randy Orton should happen at WrestleMania, right? They won last time before he retires. If you do those two matches, but then like who's Cody Rhodes going to face then?
Yeah,
he's already facing Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, AJ Styles. Who's really left for Cody Rhodes in that aspect? If Cody Rhodes faces Randy Orton and they do Roman Reigns versus Rock, then it's like who does John Cena face at WrestleMania? I mean, there's a lot of aspects to it. You could do, but what about CM Punk, Seth Rollins though? That's still something that's been in the talks.
Yeah,
I want to see that still.
I mean, that was going to happen this year too. You know,
it
was going to happen this year too. And then if we get The Rock versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, right? And you do Randy Orton versus John Cena, who does Roman Reigns face at WrestleMania?
Solo.
So, and it'll probably be solo.
Yeah.
So, in like tribal combat or something, you know what I mean? Or they could do Seth Rollins. I mean, Roman and Seth Rollins got a little story there.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, there's different aspects to it. So, I don't know.
But I love that, though. I love how we're in a time where there are so many possibilities. Because I feel like for so long, it was so predictable. And we're like, all right, well, these are the top people. This is what's going to happen. And I feel like we're finally back into a place where it's like, what is going to happen? And I really like it. It's reinvigorating.
What if they do Cody and Roman 3? I mean, there has never been in history 2 guys to main event WrestleMania 3 years in a row. It's never happened before.
Did
3
that not
consecutive
happen with
years.
Brock?
No, they were all spaced out different times, different years.
Okay.
Like 3 consecutive years in a row.
John never did 3 times in a row.
It's never happened.
Dang.
I'm talking about the same people.
Like, oh yeah, like two same.
The same people, different, and there's different stories now. Roman's a babyface now. Mm-hmm. Cody's champion. Roman's challenger. Some people say, what if they turn Cody heel before then? Like, what if he's Homelander? You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh god.
And then he's the bad guy.
I love a boys reference.
And I mean, there's a lot of aspects. I mean, Roman Cody 3. That to me would be the most unpredictable match they've had out of the run, because the first one, I think most of us felt Cody was going to win, but it was still kind of like, I don't know, man. The second one, more people thought Cody was going to win, but you still didn't know. You didn't know until you saw it. Like, I got to see it first. But with this one, though, I mean, it's like 50-50, man. I'm like, I don't know, man. And so, and I'm only looking at it because that's never been done before. Like, they've never had 2 people main event WrestleMania with the same story consistently for 3 years in a row at WrestleMania. It's never been done before. So
it's true.
So I mean, there's a lot of layers to it. There's a lot of layers to it. I mean, at this stage, though, I feel like it's got to be Rock and Roman, though. I mean, I think that's the match people have been waiting for, especially with the ones who wanted it this year and didn't get it. It's like, we got to get it next year. So
I don't know where Rock fits in this Tribal Chief story, though, because is he going to be on Roman's side or is he going to be on Solo's side? So it's like, I don't know.
I think more so of maybe the way I'm looking at it, The Rock comes back. Say they do Rock Cody at the Rumble. Say it happens at the Royal Rumble. Rock comes back. He's trying to take the title from Cody to bring it back to the Bloodline. But I look at it as maybe Roman prevents The Rock from doing that, because the one thing about Roman's character, he doesn't want anybody to take his place at the table. That's his spot. You know what I mean? So maybe that could add into it. Like, Rock, you're great, but this is my spot here. You know what I mean? Like, this is where I belong. This ain't your spot. So maybe that's adding to the story. I don't know.
Well, apparently,
well, I mean, the greatest of all time, of course.
Oh no!
What about him?
Is your boy ever coming back? Is he coming back?
We talked a little bit. He told me some things. So you know.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were besties with Omos now.
I told you I was this close to meeting him at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
He followed me on TikTok. The first thing I did was gotta let you know, man, what's going on. So,
well, how do you guys feel SummerSlam has stacked up in the terms of pay-per-views this year? Where do you see it?
I loved it.
It was a good show. I say it's top 3 WWE this year.
Yeah, I think so
for sure.
I'd say WrestleMania, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw some people saying that SummerSlam this year was better than WrestleMania. I don't think so.
That's kind of a reach.
I think so, yeah.
I think for me, the best 3 would probably be WrestleMania, Backlash, and SummerSlam. That'd be the 3. Royal Rumble was great too, but that crowd in Backlash was insane. So
amazing.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So absolutely.
I would say it's probably a top 5 SummerSlam that I've seen though. It was very good. All the right decisions were made. Not a bad match on the show to me that fell off. Great storytelling, big moments. I mean, you had everything you could ask for. So
yeah.
And to me, I loved that there was so many title changes, because a lot of times on pay-per-views, it's not that way. A lot of times it's whoever's the champion wins every time, like on the pay-per-views. Yeah. There was
3.
Yeah. Bayley, Gunther, and
LA Knight.
and Sami Zayn. Yeah. So there's
L4. There you go.
Title changes on one pay-per-view. Like when Bron Breakker got the title, I was like, there's no way LA Knight is winning now, because I'm like, are they gonna do a title change back to back? And then they did, and I was like, okay, we're doing it.
Yeah.
So shout out to Triple H. By the way, real quick before we log off, Did you guys see what Bret Hart said recently about Triple H's era?
No.
I can only imagine. Bret Hart, so.
He was just saying that it's not good. Triple H doesn't know how to book and that just this and that.
We don't take Bret Hart serious anymore. It's Bret Hart. Come on.
Yeah,
does anyone take him seriously anymore? Because
I don't think
genuinely, I'm like, I've never liked this man. No one can make me like this man.
Bret Hart is a grudge holder. So
yeah,
anybody who did him wrong back in the day, he never let it go. He can't let it go.
And he said something like that Triple H can't wrestle or something. And he said something like that.
He's mad at Triple H because Triple H was in the clique, and Shawn Michaels was a part of the clique, and the clique was the reason Bret was forced out of the WWE. He holds grudges.
Yeah, he still talks about Goldberg to this day. I'm like, dude, let it go.
Goldberg's apologized 1,000 times. Like, bro, it was an accident. I didn't mean to. They've even taken pictures after that, years later, have met up and have had pictures online and stuff like that. And so Goldberg doesn't understand. He's like, bro, I've apologized. We've actually talked in person, met up, but he keeps I don't know what to do, little bro. I can't change it, man. Sorry, what else you want me to do, man? What happened, bro. I manned up about it, but he holds grudges. That's what it is. He's
the pettiest person I've ever seen in my life.
I want to ask y'all though, because me and Mary talked about this, and I wanted to bring this up, man. That women's division, bro. What are we doing with that women's division on Raw and SmackDown? If you watch NXT, incredible what they do with the women's division, right?
Yeah.
So many layers in the women's division. They're doing so many things with women that don't involve championships. Everybody has a spot. Even if you're not in a major spot, you're doing something on television, right? I feel like the Raw they have so much talent, but it just feels so lackluster compared to what NXT is presenting. Maybe that's just me.
No, it's definitely not just you. I completely agree with that. It's been sad to watch, especially with the tag titles and.
What do y'all think they need to do? The tag titles might need to be retired. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to see the mid card titles be brought in. I want to see that.
But if they bring in the mid card titles and then they get rid of the tag titles, because I don't know if they can do both. It can barely.
Yeah, they might have to. And honestly, I think I might be okay with that.
I'd rather the tag titles go back to NXT.
Yeah,
and that would be great. Send them back to NXT and put the mid card title on the main roster. 2
mid card titles, thank you.
But then they have to say they make 1 or 2, so 2 on 2 different brands.
2 on 2 different brands, yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like
because there's just so much untapped potential, and it's just being wasted because they're not in the main title pictures, because they're not having any stories. Like Zelina could easily be a champion. Naomi could easily be a champion. Tiffany could easily, like Io. There's so many that could be a mid card champion and at least have something to do other than sit in catering. I can't.
It's sad.
Yeah, I feel like they need to figure something out, man. Just put them in more storylines that don't involve titles. You know what I mean? All the time,
Chelsea Green. Yes,
Chelsea Green would be great. Intercontinental United States champion. She would be perfect for that.
Oh my gosh,
she'd be incredible for that.
And also, they need to stop putting random people together. Blair Davenport is now with Unholy Union, and now Lyra is with Kaden and Katana. It's just weird what they're doing.
I think it's more so just so they can put people on TV. We just need to find spots for people on TV, man. Let's just put them with this person, I guess. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. There's no thought.
Yeah, maybe a mid-card title would be great. I don't know, man. With the tag titles, it's just they haven't felt important since the first time they were introduced, and that was 2018. So, I mean, the only time it ever felt big was that chamber match. Ever since then, no matter who's held it, nobody's been able to do anything with it. You know what I mean? Either short championship reigns or just you forgot they were champion because they weren't doing anything on TV. So, I think do it. And it's also the men's tag division too, bro.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The men's tag team division is, there's so many great tag teams in there, but I don't know what they do. Street Profit. What are we doing? Street Profits, man.
I know.
But we could have had something with Sasha and Naomi as tag team champions, but we all know, what happened with that. But they could have done something, and then they were gonna have Bianca and Jade have them mean something, and now we're back to nothing. So it's I don't know what we're doing.
I thought they put them on Bianca and Jade to establish them, man. I'm like, this is going to lead to one of the two turning on each other eventually, and then you can set up that feud. So, and now that I'm like, I get Alba and Isla, they get from Scotland and stuff, so I get it, but it's like, I mean, they could at least. I thought, okay, you have them at the moment, they could lose at the next night on Raw. I'm saying they can win it back on Raw. I'm saying they haven't even got a rematch yet, so it's like, I don't know what they're doing. They're dragging it so far with that women's division, man. It's very lackluster compared to what NXT is presenting, man. Like NXT is presenting a very, very good product and a very good women's division with so many people who are featured in so many spots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Roxanne is obviously killing it. She is just absolutely incredible. And then, oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank on her name? Who's the NXT North America?
Kalani Jordan.
Yeah, Kalani. Oh my gosh. So, and like she's killing it too. Like she's great. But I think
we got so many people like Soruka and Jada Parker and I mean, gosh, I mean Tatum Paxley. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people down there who have so much, and they got people coming in too, like Julia and Stephanie Vancouver. Like they got a lot of people coming in too, man. Like the women's division NXT is crazy right now. So, and they also do stuff with TNA too. Like Jordan Grace was down there with. So I mean. I feel like, I don't know, maybe they're not trying hard enough on the main roster. Maybe there's only so many spots. I don't know.
I think, you know, what the fix should be, the tag titles should go back to NXT. I think those are good there to help build up those women. I think we need 2 mid-card titles and we need good inaugural champions for those 2 titles. And we need actual stories like how Liv and Rhea's is. That's why people are so engaged, because there's that story there. But when you're not giving any stories to any of the other women, it just, people don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they always can find different aspects of different storylines to put people in and shit, you know. So there's different storylines you can figure out with stuff. But I figured I think they need to establish more women's storylines that don't just involve the titles. You know what I mean? Like even if they got to put people to, like, you know, they got Liv and Dom as the couple, but even though Liv is the champion, they could do that with a lot of people on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Like. You're going to use a lot of the men more than the women anyway. So if you see potential in a lot of these women, pair them up maybe with some guy that you are going to feature a lot. And that could help build up, you know, maybe a top heel and stuff, you know, that helped build Lita up when she was a top heel. Vicky Guerrero, you know what I'm saying? When she was general manager, top heel, you know. So Maurice, when she was with Miz, you know, like there's a lot of things that you could do with a lot of these, you know, women on here who aren't doing much. You know what I mean? They even cut Nia Jax segment from SmackDown this week. She just won the championship.
I know.
Like, that's crazy. But like that's why I'm like curious about Elektra. Like I want to see her wrestle. BFAB, I want to see her wrestle because she's with the Street Profits. Like Scarlett, I want to see her wrestle because she's with Final Testament. Like I want to see those things, but it's just not happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe more of those people are used as managers. Not saying they can't wrestle, but I mean, if you're going to at least be a manager too, at least have you fill a role or something good. They could put Zelina Vega back with Andrade if they wanted to. That worked in NXT. That was great right there.
They were so good.
That could be something good. So I don't know. I feel like the women's division has so much talent in it. They're not putting the effort into it to make these storylines mean something unless you're already established at the top of the card. But it always has a title involved to it. Like the story's always around the championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no like feuds. You know what I mean?
Like Bad Blood, like Liv and Rhea doesn't need the title right now. That's a Bad Blood feud. Like the title's a part of it because it adds layers to the story. But that feud can still thrive without a championship because there's plenty of different aspects within the storyline they could go to. They need more, just have more stories like that. They could have easily, like, you don't have to have Chelsea Green going after the championship. She could just be feuding with Naomi or something else. Like, I don't know. I feel like they're just, everything always has to involve the championship.
Yeah, and they're not getting to cut promos like they used to. Like, remember when, like, I mean, even though Ronda's weren't good, but at least when her and like Nikki Bella were going back and forth, or like when Nikki and Carmella were going back and forth, or like Charlotte and Sasha, like there was just always that back and forth, and I just feel like it's not there anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
So what's one thing you guys want to see for the women's division coming out of SummerSlam, like through the rest of the year?
Ooh, probably just more storylines for the women that just don't involve the title. Do something with people. Not everybody has to be a main eventer. Not everybody has to win matches all the time, but just do something with them on TV. You know what I mean? Like where they feel at least a little credible. Chelsea Green could lose every match As long as she feels credible and as long as her character connects with the audience, she'll be fine. She'll be over. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they just need to position people in better spots. And maybe it's a little bit harder with SmackDown because SmackDown's 2 hours. So Raw has a third hour, 3 hours, and it has an extra hour to it where they can do more things. So I think that helps Raw a lot better because they don't have to rush things on Raw opposed to SmackDown. SmackDown's a 2-hour show. And let's be honest, SmackDown centered around the Bloodline and Cody Rhodes. So those two things are the most important things to the show that are going to be the marquee things before anything else. Chelsea Green beat Nia Jax. 8,000 days is how many years is that? That's crazy. That's like,
yeah, that's a little much. But no, I think Chelsea Green definitely needs to be a champion at some point. But Maddie, what about you? What's one thing you want to see for the rest, like throughout the rest of this year?
I just want to see like women's segments not getting cut. I just want to see them be used properly the way they deserve. It's just really frustrating. We have so much talent that deserves to be used, and there's just really no excuse for them not to be. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the boat we're all in. But
right.
Well, thank you, Malik, so much for coming back on. We've missed you around here.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you doing double duty today because you had your podcast as well. So
yeah.
Why don't you go ahead, say all your stuff, even though I'm sure everybody already knows who you are.
Of course.
But just in case there's someone who doesn't, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there who still don't know. So still trying to build up. Narcolepsy Boy 94, all social media platforms. If you enjoy wrestling content, you can go check it out there. So thank you, ladies, for having me back on. We can always do something again if you guys want. You guys just let me know.
Absolutely.
Maddie, your final words?
Logan Paul, you are garbage and you are no longer a champion. Let's go.
We will see you guys next Sunday. Bye.